Hi guys, this is Marijn from GripMatix, and today we are going to demo you our Citrix Ready SCOM Management Pack solution for monitoring Citrix Application Delivery Controller, better known as Citrix ADC or Citrix NetScaler, which is actually the old name for Citrix ADC. But first a little introduction into our company and the solutions that we offer. GripMatix, founded in 2018, we develop Citrix Ready SCOM Management Pack solutions to monitor all kinds of Citrix technology. We have two solutions that we offer at our customers at the moment. And the first one is Matrix Insight for CVAT, and this is actually a solution that aims to monitor the full CVAT stack, where CVAT stands for Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktops. So actually this is a bundle of management packs with multiple management packs in it. And obviously there's a management pack for monitoring CVAT itself, but there is also one for Citrix License Server, one for PVS, Storefront, and last but not least there's a management pack for monitoring Citrix NetScaler. And we have just recently added this Citrix NetScaler management pack to this solution. This solution exists for a couple of years now. Just recently we have added this management pack for monitoring NetScaler to it. And moreover, we provide integration packs as part of this solution that include SCOM objects monitored by other SCOM management packs that monitor the non-Citrix components of the CVAT stack. Include them into our own topology to provide our customers the full CVAT stack experience within a single pane of glass. Because obviously a CVAT stack does not comprise of Citrix components only. There are also non-Citrix components, a lot of them that are part of the stack and needs to be monitored. And we include those SCOM objects into our topology as well. Then we have created a SquaredUp dashboard pack for this solution. Because obviously we all know that SCOM is a great platform. It's a huge enterprise monitoring platform with a lot of capabilities and strengths. But when it comes to dashboarding, it needs some help. So hence the SquaredUp dashboard pack, which we have created. It has more than 60 drill down views, and it's community based, so you can just download it from the SquaredUp dashboard pack store. Alright, then Matrix Insight for ADC. This is actually a solution that is the standalone version of the NetScaler management pack that you saw being part of the previous solution. And actually Marc is going to demo you this management pack to you today. Marc van der Veer, Citrix expert at GripMatix, and he will do that by means of a SquaredUp dashboard pack, which we have created for this solution as well. So Marc, whenever you are ready, show us the fancy stuff.
Thank you very much, Merijn. So, hello everyone. My name is Marc van der Veer, and I am Citrix specialist at GripMatix. And today I'm going to guide you to our brand new SquaredUp dashboard pack we have built for Matrix Insight for ADC, which you can use to monitor your Citrix NetScaler environment by using SCOM as your monitoring platform. So let me first tell you a little bit more about the environment, which I will show you today. We have a total of 5 Citrix NetScaler instances running. As you can see here on the right, you see that we have ADC01. That is a standalone NetScaler instance running on firmware version 11.1. Then we have ADC02 that is running as a standalone NetScaler instance running on Citrix firmware 12.0. Furthermore, you see ADC02 that is running standalone with firmware version 12.1. And then ADC04 and ADC05, they are both running together in a NetScaler high availability pair, and they are both running on Citrix firmware 13.0. So within this view, you can see a nice overview of all the Citrix NetScaler instances you have running within your environment. So you can see a few key performance metrics like the percentage memory in use, the percentage packet CPU usage, the amount of active TLS sessions, the throughput in and throughput out of each individual NetScaler instance, and the percentage of failed authentications. I really like the graph with the throughput in and out because the Citrix NetScaler license is typically bound to a certain throughput limit. So this gives you a nice overview about how many throughput is currently flowing through each individual NetScaler instance within your environment. So if I scroll down a little bit here below, here on the left side, you see a graphical representation of all the components that are typically running on a NetScaler device. For example, here you see the authentication section. Within the authentication section, you can find all the authentication profiles that are configured within your NetScaler environment. Then within the gateway sections, you can find all the Citrix Gateway virtual servers. A Citrix Gateway virtual server is commonly being used to provide remote access to your Citrix virtual apps and desktop environment. Or they can also be used to provide a full remote SSL VPN tunnel to your end users. Then within the certificate sections, you can find all the certificates that are being used by your Citrix NetScalers. Within the load balancing section, you can find the load balancing virtual servers, the load balancing service groups, and the load balancing services. Then last but not least, within the interfaces section, you can find all the NetScaler network interfaces that are being used by your NetScalers. So a little bit more below, you see an overview of the currently active alerts that are open within our environment. Then here on the right side, you see a few key performance metrics related to each individual NetScaler instance. For example, you see here the percentage of packet CPU usage. The nice thing is that you can easily drill down from this particular screen. So for example, if I click on this particular NetScaler instance, I can see the packet CPU utilization over time. So let me zoom in to a particular NetScaler instance from this main screen. So if I click on this particular ADC instance, it will open up a new view with the perspective of this particular NetScaler instance. So as you can see here, this particular NetScaler instance has one active alert open. It mentions that there's an unsaved configuration detected. I really like that particular monitor because when a Citrix administrator performs some configuration changes on a NetScaler device, it's commonly forgotten to save that configuration. When a configuration is not saved and that particular ADC instance is rebooting, then those changes of the configuration will be lost. So this monitor helps you to identify if there are any NetScaler instances detected that have an unsaved configuration. So here you see a nice overview of all the key performance metrics related to the instance itself. For example, the percentage of disk space being used and the active SSL TLS sessions. If we scroll down further below, we see more performance rules. We've grouped them in some sections. So within the system sections, you see all the performance rules regarding to the NetScaler system. Here in the gateway section, you see all the performance rules that have a relation with the NetScaler gateway feature running on the NetScaler instance. Here you see an overview of the ICA performance counters. And we can drill down on this specific counter also as well. So if I click on this one, I can see how many ICA connections, those are connections to your Citrix virtual apps and desktops environment. So I can easily see how many users are currently logged on by using this particular NetScaler instance. So back here in the main screen, I will zoom in a little bit more to each different NetScaler components. So I will start with the authentication section. So if I click on the authentication section, it will open up a new perspective and it will give me an overview of all the LDAP authentication actions that have been configured on the NetScalers. So this gives you an overview of all the LDAP authentication sections. If I click on one particular LDAP authentication profile, it gives me more information about this particular LDAP authentication profile. So from the authentication services section, I can also navigate to the Citrix ADC Radius authentication profiles. So as you can see here within our environment, we have here 2 Radius authentication services as well. Then I will drill down a little bit more to the gateways section. So if I click here on the gateways, it gives you an overview of all the gateway virtual servers we have running in our environment. So it gives you a nice overview about which gateway virtual servers are currently being utilized. So from there on, I can also drill down to a specific gateway virtual server. So if I click on this particular gateway virtual server, it will give you some more information regarding the performance metrics related to the specific gateway virtual server. So as you can see here, there are currently 3 AAA users logged on this particular virtual server. Then I will navigate further to the certificate section. So if I click on the certificate section, it will give you an overview of all the certificates that are being used within your NetScaler environment. Certificates are a very important part to monitor because, as you might know, once a certificate is about to expire, it might have impact on the services you provide that rely on that certificate. So this gives you a nice overview for each certificate that has been discovered to see in how many days that particular certificate is due to expire. Then I will zoom in a little bit more to the load balancing section. So if I click on the load balancing section, it gives you an overview of all the load balancing virtual servers. You can also easily see which load balancing virtual servers are currently being utilized. For example, this load balancing virtual server is used for our storefront environment. So as you can see, it gives you an overview of the health state over time, and it also gives you an overview of the amount of hits that occurred per second of this particular load balancing V server. So this gives you an overview of all the load balancing service group that are defined on the NetScaler instances. And from there, I can drill down furthermore to an individual load balancing service group. As you can see here, there is an alert being triggered on this particular availability monitor for this particular load balancing service group. As you can see here, that the status of this particular load balancing service group is partial up and therefore needs attention by the Citrix ADC administrator. Then I will drill down a little bit more on the interfaces section. So if I click here on interfaces, so within this section, you see a nice overview of all the network interfaces that are being used by our NetScaler instances. So I can drill down further on a specific interface. So I can easily see what is going on regarding the performance metrics of this particular NetScaler interface. All right, everyone. So this concludes the demonstration of our brand new squared up dashboard tag we have created for Metrics Insight for ADC. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us because we would be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Marc. So guys, if you want to check out our solutions in action live right now, you could go to GripMatix.com/getdemo and we will give you access to our Experience Center. And within the Experience Center, you can browse around whenever you want during a week, just to check out our solutions. Or just go to our website, GripMatix.com, to learn more about our company and our products in general. We also have a Twitter account, and of course you can follow us on LinkedIn. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed our session, and I hope you will enjoy SCOM until the rest of the day. See ya!